Welcome to Slot Media. This is my review on the Wu-Tang Clan episode, season 2, episodes 2 and 3. I'm gonna just go through both episodes all at one time, just talk about the main factors that I've seen for each character or what's going on in this show. The main thing I remember about start off with the guy on Power, the dope dealer, like Raekwon, his main guy that's the dope dealer is around him. He's walking around, he's seeing you seen a lot of people tell their story from their perspective. So from what we've seen from the previews, though, Power will be a part of the team, will help him out, but we're seeing how it gets to that point where, like, he decides to cut the dope dealing out and pretty much decides, hey, I'm gonna get in the music business. So he sees one of his own homeboys, or a guy he know that used to sell dope and all, to see him driving a bus now. He's wondering, like, yo, ain't you supposed to be popping and all that? But he said, oh, it don't work like that because family members got to take care of other responsibilities, this, that, and the third, so it doesn't work out like that. So it's like, dang, when you see him riding the bus, he just feels like, dang, how long do I got in this game? What's the odds of me really making it become a big time dope dealer in the trap game? So he looking at it like, dang, when he runs into Bobby, aka RZA, he's telling him like, yeah, stick to the music. It's more, it's more better after this and everything. So like, when we see that, we finally see why, like, oh, okay, yeah, why they ended up becoming cool. Because they did, we saw back then him and Devon were cool. RZA's older brother, they were very cool. And I'll talk later when we talk about Divine, how Divine gets in the music industry, how he figures it out and everything, becomes a manager and all that. So, but also we're just seeing, what he's going through and seeing like, oh, okay, he has a change of heart. I feel like, man, I need to try something else. Tells the odds are better trying to make it something in music than making the drug game. You end up just dead, or end up just riding up being a bus driver or something like that. So nothing real big. So it's interesting to see with that. Now RZA's character, the main character, RZA Bob, we see him in episode 2 decide he's gonna leave and go and leave New York and go Ohio and decides to head to New York and gets the group back together. He makes beats for each one of the groups of the Wu Tang member and each gives them a song. Each gives them a beat that will fit them. He at the end he gets Ghostface Killer not in the end, but right before he leaves to go to New York, he gives Ghostface Killer a beat and tells him with his name on it, so this beat will fit him. At first, Ghostface Killer's reluctant to go and all that, but he decides because his girl tells him, aka Bobby's sister, his slash baby mom, pretty much and all that, tells him, hey, you should go. You should. Ain't a lot of rappers better than you out there. You should go and all that and everything. Because like I said, I always say this, tell everybody, Ghostface Killer is my favorite member of the Wu Tang Clan. Ain't a lot of rappers still not better than him. He can kill to meet any MC when it comes on a microphone. He's not like I said. He's in my top 10. I wouldn't say top 5 of favorite rapper just because, like I said, I really didn't grow up on the Wu Tang like that. I found them out. I remember seeing all them as solos. Like I always tell about early in the video. I remember Method Man, Redman, more so than him being with the Wu Tang. But like I said, but top 10, Ghostface Killah is definitely up there. Best lyricist, hands down. Anytime he's on a verse with somebody, he's gonna have the best verse. Let's see, he's in there with one of my top 5 or something like that. But he's gonna have the best verse anytime he's on a song with anybody. But yeah, so he decides to go to New York and everything. And then you see what's going on with his brothers and his mom saying he can't stay that long because they still got to get their check and everything. They had a welfare check and all that and everything, along as they're disabled, have two disabled children. So, but yeah, so like, yeah, so we kind of pretty much see what's going on, how he joins the crew and all that. I'm interested to see how him and Raekwon are going to end up being so cool again, like we see him now here. They both real close as ever. They just did a verse about the guy. I want to see how they end up making the truths and all that and everything. Cause we see when Raekwon is at the bus stop, him and Devon see each other. Devon doesn't get on the bus, like he still has beef with them. But what I'm saying, I'll explore that later about what's going on with Devon. But that's what we see going on with Ghostface. Like he finally is gonna take the rap game seriously. He tries to go ahead and do it through the streets and dope game alone as well. Now let's talk about Raekwon. Raekwon's in the studio. He at the studio rapping and all that. Him and his mom giving him so much support and so much encouragement. I didn't know how much bigger his inspiration his mom was in to be rapping and everything like that. So we see he's in the studio with Eric Sermon, not in the studio, but he runs into Eric Sermon. Eric Sermon says he likes his music. Then he runs to the producer, says he's the leader of the new school. He produced for the new school and all that and everything. And just talks about it and all that. Just recognize how far back of time when we talk about leaders of the new school. I almost forgot who that was till the guy said Busta Rhymes. Like, oh yeah, the Busta Rhymes old group. Get how old some of these rappers are and all that. So, But yeah, we see that, and he's like, he gives him a beat. One of the producers gives him a beat to rap on, and everything like that. At first, the guy that's in charge of the studio says, "Oh, you got to pay for this session. I'm paying for this session to do and all that." And like, and pretty much like the rapper, pretty much like Raekwon's like was like, "What? Like, yeah, you paying for the session?" But the guy in the studio hands him, tells him once he hears one of his songs, said, "Oh, one of my producers like your music and all that. So now it's on you on the house. Keep your money. You ain't gotta pay me or nothing like that. Back for no session. Your music, you can have your music back." He said, "Because he said I'm not getting your music till you pay me the money." But once the guy hears his song and said one of the producers like it, he's just like, "Nah, keep your money. I gave it song producer we win." So that's going on there. But the whole point of it is the beat they try to give for him, like, doesn't fit Raekwon. That's what RZA tells him. When RZA comes in the season, finds out he's back. He tells him like, "No, what I'm saying, like, here's a beat I think it definitely fits you." And that's when he changed his name from Shy to now, like, I think not Shy but something else to now Raekwon the Chef. So that definitely, so we see how they name change. A lot of them change their name. We haven't seen Darren, aka Ghostface Killer, change his name that way he becomes Ghostface. I don't think so. I don't think so. They said on the last two episodes they said his name is Ghostface yet, but we see that like RZA changed his name to Bobby, changed his name from something like now to RZA. And he says it stands for ruler and stuff like that. I forgot everything he said, but he says it stands for ruler and all that. And Raekwon, we see he goes and finally signs the name of Chef Raekwon. And also who else? I think and then we see also Inspector Deck, but I'm going too far ahead of myself, paying myself. But yeah, like that's pretty much what's going on with Raekwon. Also, he does get shot too, but he ends up being on accident and gets shot while he's at a bando, like a crack house, aka like apartment with Method Man and all that. But I'll get to that later. What Method Man has going on, how he talks about how he ends up turning his name into Method Man when he hears. But yeah, but that's what's going on with Raekwon. So it's interesting to see that. Like I said, Raekwon, another dope artist. I got more familiar with as well. Like he's more like probably more relevant, has had more music out probably within the last 10 years than anybody. Him and probably I say him and Ghostface probably the most consistent people when it comes to rapping. They're two more knownly people at the Wu Tang besides Method Man and RZA. Those are probably like the main four people I always say: Method Man, RZA, Ghostface Killer, and RZA. That's probably the main four familiar people of the Wu Tang Clan. Maybe you got as well. They actually introduced him in his episode. I was talking about him later, but you got maybe as well a little bit. But Master Killer, Capadonna, Inspector Deck, Jizza, they're not really that known like that. In my opinion, not that familiar, that known as everybody else is. But that's all four people I just named. But let's say, fast forward back now, we're going to talk about Divine. Divine's going through now. He finally leaves the halfway house. He finds him a good job over there and construction work and all that. But what happened is one of the guys that works up there ends up faking an injury. Anybody that works a real job know about workers' comp. Ends up filing a lawsuit, decide to get workers' comp, and he finds out the guy that only gives ex-cons, a job. Finds out he said he doesn't have insurance. He said once he was done with this job, then he was gonna get insurance. So nothing was able to cover it. So he's like, dang, they're in the bin of a bond and all that. Divine goes to see the dude saying like, oh, well, this same thing you do in the street. I'm just hustling, trying to get paid and all this and the third. He ain't trying to work for him. And Divine tries to check him and grab him, tells him to drop the lawsuit and all that. But you find out later on the next day that the guy says no. The guy that owns the construction work said, nah, I'm shut down and all and everything like that. He told Divine, yeah, I guess that street stuff doesn't work when it comes in the real world, which is totally true. That's a very, very, very smart quote. People understand that a lot of that when it comes to business and grown man stuff. Street stuff does not really work at all. Everything you see that even with the music biz at all. With somebody that's locked up right now, Suge Knight, that street stuff, really doesn't get you anywhere or nothing like that when it comes to real world and it comes to business. So yeah, so pretty much he's in a bind right now. So that's when he sees the book that RZA, aka Bobby, leads, and he sees it like, oh, it's a book about music management and all that and everything. And that's how I guess he ends up becoming like the manager and all that ahead of the music and everything. He doesn't become, of course, he doesn't rap or anything like that. But RZA tells him, hey, you could do something else and all that. He said Moses needed his boys and all that. His partner, I forgot what he said. Moses needed. I forgot the other thing he said. He said Moses needed his guy, so you could do. So he was like, you can do this as well, and just help us out in the music wise management. So we'll see how he jumps in, how he decides to join along as well. How it's going to see how Divine and Power finally come to a truce and decide to be like, hey, let's bump this, let's go ahead and do this together and all that and everything. They might do it for their homeboy, the one that got killed. Y'all remember last season when they got killed by the police because he was cool, both of them kind of as well. So maybe we'll see like maybe that's because of them, like because of him, like why they also decided to make a truce because that was both their boys and all that. So we'll see, but. We see that's what Devon's going. He's finally going. That's how he takes that music route and everything like that by him losing his job and everything. Cause I was wondering how he was a construction worker and decided, oh, okay, I'm going to help out resident in the music business. How we see in like the previews. So we'll see how that happens. So we see what's going on with that, and we see how that's starting to happen unfold. So, Kelly episode 4. Now we get on about Inspector Deck. Inspector Deck and Method Man both selling dope and all that. When Method Man hears somebody say, oh, you like a Method Man, you stay with the drugs and all that. And then that's how he comes up with his name, Method Man. He busts around and busts a flow and all that. Then Inspector Deck gets his name by spray painting his name on the wall. And then Method Man says, oh, yeah, Inspector. But also sad situation is, too. Inspector gets locked up by his undercover police and all that and everything. And catches him, he spray painting and catches drugs in his pocket. So he's locked up. We see him in the cell rapping and all that, which he's starting to become a little bit of one of my favorites too on this show. Inspector, probably Ghostface Killer Inspector on my favorite, cause like I'm already a fan of Ghostface Killer. Anyway, but Inspector, I'm starting to like him too. But we see him locked up in the cell just rapping, just spitting and all. I wonder how he's gonna get out too as well. What happened with him, how long he got or anything. So we'll see with that. Method Man, we see him and we get introduced to You God as well. They both talking and they both chilling. They both talking about what happened to Inspector, and they just rapping and all that and everything. Talk about them starting the group together and all that. Not that's not that much, not really too much. We just that's just our introduction to You God, because You God wasn't in at all last season, so we get our introduction to him. So that's pretty much. I heard we're not gonna probably see Master Killer and Capadonna in this series, probably just like the main founding members of the Wu-Tang. So I think that's the last person we're going to get introduction to You God. But that's what we see going on with Method Man and Inspector Deck. Also, I think pretty much, hold on, am I missing somebody? I think that's it. That's pretty much what we're going to do. That's all the characters for the episode, pretty much, what's pretty much going on. Overall aspect, we see ODB, I forgot how I'm going to get it. ODB, Mr. ODB, the wild man. We see what he getting himself into. He gets into it with this girl he's messing with, baby daddy, a bunch of times, and tries to make peace with him, and then decides to punch him in the face and all that. Then, so funny. I mean, he tells a TV show though, but so funny. Dude comes with the shotgun like he's ready to kill him and all that. Then, while he's talking to the dude, baby mama, then ODB just takes the shotgun away from him, points it at him, and all that. It's just like so funny. But you see what ODB getting himself into. Why I understand why he was who he was. Like the hype man, kind of like the main, spark, the main hype man, the main spark of the Wu-Tang Clan. So, very, very interesting. Also with Jizza, we see him kind of really just going through the motions, pretty much doing his poetry, just standing out on the corner selling, talking about the word and the spirit and all of Islam and Israel and everything like that. Pretty much more like the poet Jizza is. Him and RZA they're both cousins along with ODB. They're both poets just been about Islam and about kings and all that. So it's interesting to see that, but then they always get messed up by the police when the police come and everything, so almost shuts them all down because they're selling a bunch of stolen stuff on the corner and everything like that, was some of it stolen and everything. So, but all in all, that's pretty much going on the episodes 2 and 3, but pretty much just RZA, aka Bobby, getting everybody together, trying to, find every beat for each of his friends to spit and all that. So that's pretty much what's going on, building up to what's coming. Like I said, when they try to put their foot in the industry again and make it as well. Cause also as well, I think that song with all of them is still lingering around. So I don't know if that's coming yet or what's gonna happen with that. Cause we didn't explore that yet about the people that got that song and everything like that they enjoy. So gonna be interesting to see that. How does that unfold? How they get, signed, how they get the deal and everything that was going on. But good build up 2 episodes of what's going on, but we're seeing the transition of RZA getting everybody together, everybody rapping, everybody doing their thing. So fun. Like I said, I'm gonna keep on doing reviews on this show. This is one of my top 3 favorite shows I like. I love rap music, so of course I'm definitely gonna do music on the culture, especially I love straight lyricism, and that's what definitely Wu Tang artists done nothing but straight lyricists, guys that can spit on top of the dome, can battle with the best of them and beat anybody when it comes to anything. So I enjoyed it. I'm keep on doing reviews on it, like I said. This is Slime Media. My next review probably won't come tomorrow when I do my review on Stargirl, as well as What If, and then Titans on Thursdays as usual. So that's gonna be my next video on here. And Sunday's always about Kane, and then after that I do BMF. After that is Power. But you know the rest. I don't gotta say too much. But yeah, have a good day. Be safe out there, y'all. And this is Slime Media.